The Couple Next Door, written by Peg Lynch and starring Peg Lynch and Alan Bunce.
Hello, this is Mrs. Piper on Brayside Lane, and I wondered what happened to the flowers I ordered. Well, I ordered them last night, and I asked especially that they be delivered by 9 o'clock this morning, and it's 9:30 now. Well, look, is Mr. Conley there? Well, he knows me.
No.
Well, let me talk to him, please.
No,
he knows
Mother,
me, yes.
fine.
Please.
Well, now, are you sure?
Yes, I'm sure, honey. Will you look at Mother's dress? No, doesn't it look all right for the picture?
What? Oh, yes, fine. Very pretty, Mother,
see, I
very
told
pretty.
Well, if
Mother.
you say so, dear. I thought this would photograph better than my self-print.
Yes, it's just fine. The flowers still aren't here.
All right.
You know?
Now, don't get excited, will you? Look, which tie do you think would look best, honey? I brought down 4, honey. What do you think?
Hello?
For the
Mr.
picture?
Conley? Mrs. Piper. Yes. Last night.
Honey?
Well, I have to have the flowers right now. There's a photographer coming out from the Post Bulletin to take pictures for their
Darling,
weekly
look.
magazine
Which
section.
tie, honey?
Yes.
Darling, just point to which tie you think would look best. Dear.
Oh, yeah, well, thank you.
brought
Well, I'm chairman of
now
the
4
summer
of them.
camp committee for the Women's Club, and the camp has done so well this summer, I guess they wanted a story on it. And me. Yes, well, thank you, Mr. Conley.
Which dress shall I wear?
Oh, well, that's why I have to have the flowers right away, Mr. Conley.
My hair just doesn't look nice at all.
Oh,
Yes.
yes, it looks fine.
Well,
Mother,
I
really,
want the
it
house
does.
to
Now,
look
stop
nice, and I've
worrying.
still got to arrange the flowers after they get here, Mr. Conley. What? Oh, yes, they interviewed me Tuesday, I guess it was, and
Darling.
said they'd be out Thursday to take some pictures of my home life. Well, hardly a celebrity. Thank you, Mr. Conley. That'd be wonderful. Goodbye. Well, he's going to send them right out.
Darling, look, could you help Mother fix her hair a little bit?
Help your mother? Look
Yeah.
at me. I haven't done a thing about my own.
Well, I can't do yours.
What dress shall I wear?
Oh, I don't know, Betsy. I'll be right up. Put on your green dress.
Oh, no. Can I wear my pink?
Wear your pink. Yeah, look, which tie do you think would look best? honey?
Never mind about my
What do you
hair,
think?
dear. I guess it isn't important what I look like anyhow.
Oh, yes, I'll help you, Mother.
Which tie?
Oh, I don't know. That one, I guess.
All
Honestly,
right,
this
all right.
whole thing is supposed to be revolving around me, and I'm the only one who isn't anywhere near ready.
Friends, don't kid yourself even for a minute. Money does grow on trees. At least paper money does. So do the books you read and the wooden floors you walk on, the furniture you sit on, and countless other useful and necessary objects in your daily life. Ironically enough, even matches grow on trees. Yet every year, America suffers serious and needless loss through forest fires because matches were handled carelessly. Obviously, if many people were careless about handling matches, cigarette butts, or campfires, we should soon have no matches at all or anything else made of wood products, including dollar bills. You can help prevent forest fires with common sense and just a little effort. When you're out on an autumn picnic or driving in and around a forested area, make absolutely certain matches and cigarettes are fully extinguished before you toss them away. Never leave a campfire until you've doused it thoroughly. You need what our forest land has to offer. Please respect that need. Help prevent forest fires.
Oh, don't tell me that's the photographer already.
Somebody at the door.
Oh, you ask your mother if she can finish pressing Betsy's dress.
No, Mother's changing her dress. She decided to wear a silk print after all.
Oh, I'll bet it's the flowers. Oh, dear, I've got those to arrange, and I mean... Oh.
Well, good morning.
Oh, Mrs. Houston. Oh, dear.
I realize it's a little early in the morning to be paying a social call, but it's not a social as it is business.
Oh, well, come in, Mrs. Houston. You'll just have to excuse the appearance of the house. It's all pretty much a mess. We're moving out next Tuesday, you know. I'm sorry.
That's quite all right.
Come on in the living room. We had to put that back in shape after packing up everything. We had to unpack, put the rug down again, put the draperies up and the books back and the pictures and the lamps. Sorry to sound sort of rushed, but I'm having pictures taken today, and it's...
Yes,
just,
I know. That's what I came to see you about. Mrs. Edwards told me. She heard about your interview. Her husband works at the paper.
Oh, Oh, yes, of course. Well, now, Mrs. Houston, Miss Hagan at the Post Bulletin called me. I had nothing to do with it.
Oh, I quite understand.
Mommy, will you tie my sash?
Oh, yes, come here. Thought you wanted to wear your pink. That's why I was pressing it.
I changed my mind. You said this would look better in the picture.
Well, yes, I think it would. Excuse me, Mrs. Houston. Oh, Betsy, you've met Mrs. Houston. Can you say hello, dear?
Hello, Betsy. How are you?
I'm fine, thank you. How are you, Mrs. Houston?
Very well, thank you.
There, dear, now run along, get your hair combed, and change your shoes. Put on your Mary Janes, dear.
Is Betsy going to be in the picture?
Well, they said they wanted some pictures of my home life, so naturally we...
I don't care. I want that clearly understood. And frankly, it makes no difference to me at all. But I can't help feeling that most of the members of the summer camp committee, who have given so unselfishly of their time and efforts to make our summer girls camp a great success this year...
I know, I know, Mrs. Houston, and frankly, I felt a little embarrassed about all this publicity just for myself, because I realize that this is the first year I have really not been as active as other years. What with, having the baby and busy with building our new house and getting ready to move, but the paper just called me, and naturally...
Naturally?
Well, what I mean is that I suppose they just assumed that because I was chairman of the summer camp committee,
I changed my dress and put on my silk print after all. What do you think?
Oh, well...
Oh, my goodness, is this the photographer?
No, Mother. This is Mrs. Henry Wadsworth Houston, president of our women's club. This is my husband's mother, Mrs. Chauncey Piper.
How do you do, Mrs. Piper?
How do you do? I'm president of the Ladies' Aid of Dodge Center.
Oh, yes.
Mother, the dress looks just fine.
I didn't bring any earrings with me, just my old clothes to help you pack. And I really need my pearl earrings.
Well, look upstairs in my jewel box, Mother, right on my dressing table. Just take anything you want, dear.
Oh, thank you, dear. Very nice to meet you, Mrs. Houston. And you'd better hurry, dear, and get dressed.
Yes, I will, Mother. Just take any earrings that you want, dear.
Oh, thank you.
Is your mother-in-law going to be in the pictures, too?
Well, Mrs. Houston, she is here visiting us and helping us pack, and as I understood it, they wanted shots of my home life and family, and...
Well, as I said, it makes no difference to me. But as president of the Women's Club, I felt it my duty to remind you that the committee members who have worked so hard certainly deserve some recognition also.
Yes, of course, I understand.
I'll get it.
Oh, it's the flowers, dear. I see the florist truck out there.
Actually, I wouldn't have said a word to you.
Thank you very much.
But I know that several members of the camp committee are very hurt that they were not included in
Oh,
this.
look at the flowers, honey. Here, what do you want me to do with them? Oh, hello, Mrs.
You remember Mrs. Houston?
Mrs.
dear?
Houston, yes, dear.
Yeah.
How are you, Mrs. Houston? Well, what brings you out so early in the day?
Darling, look out. The water's dripping off the flower stems right on her dress, dear. Mrs. Houston.
My gosh, I'm sorry, Mrs.
Have you got
Houston.
something here?
Yes,
Take your handkerchief, take your
my
handkerchief.
handkerchief here. Let me, I hope that...
Yeah, I hope that dress washes.
No, it has to be dry clean.
Oh, well, a little water won't hurt it, I guess.
Take the flowers out to the kitchen, dear. Take the paper off and just set them in the sink, if you will, please.
Okay. I'm sorry, Mrs. Houston. My wife's getting to be quite a celebrity, huh, Mrs. Houston? Getting interviewed and having a picture taken.
Yes.
Take the flowers out, will you, dear?
Yeah. Oh, yeah, sure. I was going to, honey. Look, you better step on it. You don't want to be caught if that photographer shows up and you're
What
not ready.
time is the photographer due?
Well, they didn't say, Mrs. Houston. They just said in the morning sometime. That's why everything's a little hectic around here, and
I would like to make a suggestion, and you don't need to take it, of course. But I feel at least one picture should be taken of the other camp committee members. I feel quite free to suggest this, since I am not a committee member.
Yes, well, of course, that's fine. It'd certainly be wonderful. It's an excellent suggestion, but I don't see how I can round up everybody at the last minute like this, Mrs. Houston. I mean...
Most of them will be attending a meeting of the Ways and Means Committee this morning. And I feel sure that just one phone call...
yeah, well, of course, Mrs. Houston, by all means.
And perhaps, if there's time, one group picture of the club officers?
Yes. Yes, well, Well, could you inform everybody, Mrs. Houston? I mean, and make the phone call? I mean, I do have to get ready and then have them come on over here.
Yes, of course. I'll round everybody up at
Oh,
once.
Pete says, where are the car keys?
Where are you going?
I got to go to the shopping center. Mother wants just plain pearl button earrings, and you don't have any, so I've got
I thought she'd fix the flowers, dear. I have got to get ready.
Oh, look, she wants to go with me and pick them out herself. I can't pick
I'll say goodbye, and I'll be back with the girls for the
yeah.
picture.
Goodbye,
yes,
goodbye,
yes,
goodbye.
fine. All right, Mrs. Houston.
Back with what girls? For what picture?
Oh, I can't go into it all now. I'll tell you later. I've got to fix flowers and get dressed. I'll probably be the only one who isn't in the pictures. Well, I wouldn't have believed it, but I'm all ready and waiting.
And the flowers look lovely on the mantelpiece.
Yes, don't they look lovely? I imagine he'll take a sort of family portrait grouped around the fireplace. That's, I think, what they sort of
Oh,
said.
boy, what a job getting that living room back in shape, huh?
Wonder if I should have worn this dress.
Now, look, don't change again, please. You've had a dozen on and off. Now,
Mommy,
What
the
is it?
photographer's here.
here. Oh, fine. All right. Tell him to come on in, Betsy.
No, he wants Mommy to come out in the backyard.
Oh, well, they probably want one picture of us in the garden. Come on.
Now, do I look all right?
Yeah, you look
yes.
beautiful. You look beautiful, Mother.
Oh, dear.
Oh.
Fix my hair a little. Hello.
Hello, how do you do? I'm Higgins from the Post Bulletin.
How do you do? Well, this is my husband and his mother, Mrs. Chauncey Piper. And I guess you've met my daughter, Betsy.
How do you do? Yep. Now, look, this won't take a minute. Now, if you'll just stand next to that lovely old apple tree, Mrs. Piper. No. Just Mrs. Piper.
Oh, well. All right. How do you want me? I mean, smiling, or should I be...
Natural, talk, do anything you want to.
All right, is my hair all right, dear? I mean,
Thank
should I...
you.
Yeah. Did you take it?
Yes, now hold it now.
Well,
Just let me get just one more. Hold it.
Really?
Thank you very much, Mrs. Piper. Well, very nice to meet all of you.
Is that all you're taking?
Why, yes, that's all we need. It'll turn out all right, don't worry. Two-shot Higgins, they call me.
But I thought inside the house, my family,
No, I've got my orders. Says here, get a shot of you. And I never take them inside the house if I can help it. I like unusual backgrounds like that gnarled old apple tree.
Yeah, well, nice to meet you, Mr.
Higgins, and very nice to meet all of you. Thank you. Thanks a lot.
Yes, goodbye, Mr. Thank you.
Yeah, go.
Well, after spending 39 cents for earrings just for nothing.
I wanted my picture taken.
Now, come with Grandma, dear. They just wanted a picture of Mommy, dear. She's the important one.
Well, guess we can spend the rest of the day dismantling the living room again.
Well, I'm sorry. That Miss Hagan from the paper said pictures of me in my home with my family. I'm
Well,
sure
look,
she
they
said...
changed their minds, I guess, or something. Forget it. Uh-oh. Look at the cars drawing up out in front.
Oh!
Look at the women piling out.
My heavens, the Women's Club Camp Committee. They'll all be furious.
Well,
just furious. Oh,
Look, you can't help it. Just tell them what happened.
Yoo-hoo! Here we are.
Oh, stick with me, will you? I need moral support for this.
Okay, darling, I'm with you. Oh, boy, what a life.
The Couple Next Door is written by Peg Lynch and stars Peg Lynch and Alan Bunce with Francie Myers, Ruth Gates, Edith Gresham, and Harry Davis, and is produced by Walter Hart. This is Stuart Metz, inviting you to listen again tomorrow for The Couple Next Door.